how to study a British marketing qualification. You will, I'm hoping everyone can hear me. You will notice on your screen in the centre, obviously, you have the slides, and that's my face smiling so you can see who's speaking. I'm Kiran Kapoor. I am the CEO of the Cambridge Marketing College. Thank you very much for joining us. If you would like to ask questions, please do so. You can do so in the chat facility on the right-hand side of your screen or under the questions tab, whichever you prefer. And I'm joined this afternoon by my colleague Lauren Pettit, who is, as well as being a marketing executive for the college, is also studying with the college and therefore understands a lot of the issues about being a student and studying alongside work. You will notice that this is, we have a few logos on the bottom of our screen. We teach qualifications from the CIPR, that's the Chartered Institute of Public Relations, and also the CIM, the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Both of those are chartered. That means that they have been approved by the British government. They have been stamped by the Privy Seal, which means that they have gone through Her Majesty's government's approval and have been approved by Her Majesty's government of the Privy Council as a suitable, as a high-level qualifications provider. We are now going to look at the agenda. Oops, we've just skipped forward. There we go. So the agenda that we're going to go through, I'm going to talk about the benefits of a British marketing qualification. Then we're going to go through a little bit more of the sort of practicalities. So we'll look at the English language level that's required. We'll talk about how to study alongside work, which is always quite a key issue for our students. All our students are studying alongside their work, and we have plenty of experience in guiding people on how to do that. And one of the ways of doing that is to make full use of the support and the variety of study materials that the college offers. And one of the things we are known for is the quality and the quantity of the study materials that we give. We're going to look at specific issues about studying when you are outside the UK. We have taught distance learning for many, many years, and we have students from many countries, and we know that they have specific issues when they are addressing a UK qualification. Then we're going to look at two things that are very important for your assessments for the qualifications that we offer, and that's how to revise for an exam, how to prepare for an assignment. And lastly, well, we are a marketing college, so of course we're going to do a marketing bit on why you should choose the Cambridge Marketing College for your studies. And although I will have time for questions at the end, as I said, please do feel free to ask questions as we go through. As we go through, Lauren will type responses and we'll draw them to my attention as well, so I can deal with them as we talk. Lauren, if I can have the next slide. So the benefits of a British marketing qualification. Why a British one particularly? Well, Britain is still seen as a leader of marketing around the world. We have plenty of students from the Americas who come to us to look at what is still the gold standard in the world for marketing. And we know that it enhances your employability. We know that many international and multinational companies insist on a marketing qualification, and qualifications that they look very favourably on are the Chartered Institute of Marketing and the Chartered Institute of Public Relations qualifications. The qualifications have been around for a very long time. They are widely respected. It's known that they are marked to a high standard, and that people that have passed those qualifications are enhancing their skills and enhancing their career potential. It does, and as the second bullet point says, it improves your professional skills. It also enhances your job satisfaction. There is a lot of work in taking a qualification, and we never take on a student without pointing that out. But the qualifications that we offer are very practical. So you can apply your new skills directly to your workplace, and you can immediately start to do an impact on your organisation. And in fact, I was teaching a class only last Wednesday in London, and I'd got two people there, one of whom came, two people who came to see me after the class, both very excited. They both worked for a global organisation, and they both said, what you taught us last week, we learnt how to do a marketing plan, and their colleagues, we implemented that this week, and this is what we're going to take to our boss tomorrow morning because you just cast an eye, which I was delighted to do so. So it clearly does add to your careers and your professional skills, and it does enable your job satisfaction and your personal development. So English language requirement. Now, the Chartered Institute of Marketing and the CIPR actually ask for an IELTS score of 6.5. We strongly recommend an IELTS of 7. There are other equivalents if you're ever uncertain what level you appear on IELTS. If you have an equivalent qualification, just contact the college. We can certainly advise you. The point about an IELTS of 7 is that we feel it gives you the best ability to write your assignments and sit the exams, which you have to do in English. Right, studying alongside work is something that is not unique to our international students, but because you are of necessity further away from the college, it can be much easier not to keep on top of your studies. So we do say the key thing is to plan your time. It's the most important thing that you can do. If you want to find out more on this particular slide and what I cover here, you can, we have a YouTube channel, Cambridge Marketing College, and there are a number of study advice videos on there, including the one that talks about how to study alongside work, which is done by one of our other tutors who started as one of our students, or worked her way through 3 levels of CIM qualifications, and then a few years later came back to us as a tutor. Planning your time is vital. Some people study best in the morning, some in the evening, sometimes work gets in the way. So break down your day into 3 sections, morning, afternoon and evening, and decide which of those sections you are best at studying in. Lots of people find they are fresher in the morning. I personally know that my best times for work are between 2 and 5 in the afternoon. So those are the times that I set aside if I'm studying for a study period. And I very recently was studying for a PhD at London University, so I know that was the stage of the afternoon that I had to set aside. Other people find it best to get through their day, and then they're night owls, they study best in the evening. So choose one of those that you're going to aim for. Decide at the beginning of the day or the day before where you are going to study. Do not leave it, or you will find that you're a morning person and yet somehow or other it's got to evening and you still haven't quite got round to it. And the college provides a study plan. And on the slide in front of you, you will see an example of a study plan. This is specifically for the CIM diploma and module Driving Innovation. And this particular one we split over 6 weeks. Some of our study plans go over 8 or 12 weeks. It depends on the module. And we give you what you should be reading week by week from the various study materials that we offer. And I will talk you through the study materials in a later slide. But if you are choosing a college and you don't study with us, you need to make certain that either they provide you with something like this or you create one yourself. And it's a good idea to have this study plan either printed out large and stuck up somewhere, but somewhere where you will, or make it your screensaver, but somewhere where you will constantly see it and be reminded that this is what you need to be doing. Otherwise, it's very easy, we're all busy working, to find that days have gone by and you haven't studied. Isn't that right, Lauren?
Yeah.
It's worth pointing out why it's worth going through the pain of studying alongside work. You do gain added respect from employers with a CIM qualification and when you are studying a CIM qualification. I've just finished a meeting with a recruitment consultants who who help people to recruit marketers in the East of England area. And one of the things they were talking about was how much employers value people who are prepared to study, prepared to put in their own time to enhance their career. But we picked out a few, this was literally a random sample of jobs that we found on a marketing website, which shows you the level of both the money that you can make as a marketing manager and the qualifications that they're looking for. So the top one, you've got one for the London Business School. It's a salary of £38,000 to £40,000 a year. They're looking for a marketing manager, and they're educated for someone educated to degree level with professional qualifications such as the CIM. Aviva is the big financial services company. Again, they're looking for a consultant where again they want a relevant marketing, digital, e-business related degree is desirable, including CIM. Nuffield Health, big healthcare provider, this is 30 to 35,000 a year, customer engagement manager, and again, educated to degree level in a related area or holding a CIM qualification. And the last one is Bearing Net Limited, it's 40 to 50,000, and again, they want someone with, obviously with experience for that level of for money, managing a marketing team, graduate, ideally with a CIM qualification. The one thing you will notice with those is they are not specifying on the whole the type of degree. So even the MyAviva, where they talk about a relevant marketing, digital, e-business related degree is desirable, including CIM. So if you were coming to us or coming to a marketing qualification, you don't have a marketing or business related degree, perhaps you've got something quite unrelated, my degree's in English literature, the fact that you have a CIM qualification enables you to take that step and go into these well-paid and clearly very interesting jobs and roles with some very respected companies, all of whom are looking for a CIM qualification. So I promised you when we were looking at the study plan to talk you through some of the learning materials that we offer and the support that the college offers. So the college has course leaders for all our distance learners, and we also have a specialist tutors. So the tutor is per module, the course leader supports you throughout the entire of your time with the college, and the course leaders are specifically for our distance learners. They completely understand the issues with being a distance learner, and they are there from day one to provide you with support, guidance, mentoring, and just sometimes being a voice or an email conversation to have when you're not quite certain what to do next, or you just want to talk through something that you've discovered to do with your career. And then your specialist tutor changes per module and is there specifically to get you through that module. All our tutors are practicing marketers. None of them are academics and just reading about marketing. None of them are people that have just read their marketing in a textbook. All of them are out doing marketing on a day-to-day basis. And we think that's an incredibly strong element to bring to your learning. So your distance learning tutors will also be working. You do get a week-by-week study plan, one per module. We have a huge element of support that is online in the college's learning zone. We supply webinars such as this one, but webinars run by tutors. We have a huge range of podcasts based on the college's radio shows. We have a magazine and blogs. The tutors produce webinars and videos and podcasts specifically on the topics that are covered in their module. So you will find a huge range of support. The college also publishes our own study guides. That's the bright covers that you can see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. And we have published handbooks on a variety of marketing topics, which are what you can see on the top of your screen. The top one there is digital marketing, but we also have ones on the customer, stakeholders, marketing and the law, philosophy of marketing, marketing planning, and a host of others that I won't go into, but they all cover specific areas of marketing. And on the study plan, we advise you which chapters of the study guide you should read and which chapters of the various handbooks that we have that support your weekly study. All of those are available, the handbooks are available electronically. In fact, all study materials are available electronically internationally. One of the questions we get a lot when somebody signs up with us is quite understandably, how easy is it to contact my tutor? Some colleges do actually control the amount of times you can contact your tutor. We do not. We believe that if you have a question, you should be able to ask it. What we ask you to do is email your tutor or your course leader in the first instance, because as I said, all our tutors are working. So you will email, they will pick up the email and respond. You can then arrange a mutually convenient time to have a Skype call or a telephone conversation if that is what you both feel is needed. But there are plenty of people available and tutors available to answer questions at any time. You are not left on your own by any means. We also have brand ambassadors around the world who may well be in your own time zone. So we have brand ambassadors in Russia, Cairo, Dubai, India, in Calcutta and Mumbai. South Africa, thank you, in Johannesburg. Germany, in Frankfurt, and the Netherlands. So there are ambassadors around the world. There's also the central, obviously the Central College. Other questions we get asked from distance learners is, will I feel very lonely? It can feel a little bit remote, and we do understand that. So we do try to create a community of learners. You cannot just receive the contacts of other students, because that would break all sorts of data protection laws. However, what we do is we have a student group on LinkedIn where we encourage our students to interact. And we've been experimenting with using a variety of other tools. Slack seems to be the most popular at the moment, where we try to get our community of students together so that you can just ask questions of each other. Sometimes you don't always want to bother your tutor. Sometimes it's just nice to have a peer-to-peer discussion. And we encourage this as much as we can, and we constantly try new ways of getting our students in touch with each other. Sometimes we will actually contact you and say, we've got another student in your location or in your country, would you like to be put in touch? But we won't do that without your explicit permission. So, how to study? You do need to understand the marketing jargon. I'm using jargon in a very sort of broad term there. That's the theories, the tools, the models, and the words. Our radio show had a whole section called Jargon Buster, which I actually introduced thinking it would run for about 6 inserts, and I think then ran for nearly every single show that I did, which was nearly 90 shows. So there is a huge amount of jargon and theories within marketing. We provide jargon busters in the podcast. We also provide them on webinar, on videos, which you can see on our YouTube channel. The main reading resource is your study guide. We have written one per module. They are written by our tutors. They are written to the syllabus that is created by the CIM and the CIPR. Do use the study plan. It really does guide you as to what you need to do. We also offer, and we're reasonably unique in this, is that we have recorded evening classes in our Cambridge centre. So these are run by fellows of the college. They are live evening classes. And what we have done is we've then put those up as an edited video, so you can actually watch the relevant evening class. And I do know that as students value the fact that they both have videos and they have things to watch, things to read, and things to listen to, and find that that gives them a wide variety of ways of interacting with their study materials. Sometimes if you're an evening person, you come home from work and you think, I cannot face reading something else because I've spent all day reading. It's nice to be able to listen or to watch. So we do provide as much variety of materials as possible. So, tips on how to study. It's a very good idea to listen to the class recordings and following this topic in your study guide, because it can really help increase your retention rate. And what we've done here is we've shown you the learning pyramid. And this is the retention rate that you get from the different ways of interacting with the materials. So the people that just sit in a lecture actually can retain less than 10% of what they are told, which is very disappointing when I'm sitting here as a tutor. You retain 10% of what you read, you retain 20% of what you watch. 30% of it is actually a demonstration, which is why we tend to do a lot of videos. But where you really start to retain information is when you start to discuss it, practice doing it, and when you teach others, which is one of the reasons why we like you to be in contact with your fellow students. But also, you should take back what you have learnt and discuss it in the workplace. That enables you to actually start to practice what you have learnt. It enables you to really bring the theories and the models and the jargon to life. And the more you talk about something, the more you start to understand it. And when it comes to actually revising for an exam, I thoroughly recommend that you either talk to somebody live, if you can, or at the very least take a photograph up of somebody and talk to that photograph so that you are explaining what you are learning. And that is a much better way of retaining and holding information and demonstrating your understanding. One of my favourite ways of teaching people how to revise for an exam is relatively new. It comes from neurolinguistic research that was done barely 3 years ago, but the more it has been rolled out into colleges and universities, the more it is being proven to be a very useful way of revising for an exam. And the nice thing about it is you sit down to revise, you've only got to find 50 minutes. And you break your what you want to learn down into those 10-minute chunks, 5 10-minute chunks. So the first 10 minutes you learn facts, and you will be surprised how many facts you can cover in 10 minutes if you literally just start going through stuff on a standard what we would call a GCSE course, so the courses that people take round, the exams that people take round about the age of 16. You can actually cover the whole of the facts at that time in two 10-minute chunks. So you can actually do shaped learning over that period of time. Then the nice bit about this one is you get to go and take a break. You do need a timer on. You have to come back after 10 minutes, otherwise the break will just continue. But the great thing about that is you must completely break and do something totally different. Play basketball, draw something, play with a child, go and make a cup of coffee, but do something that has nothing to do with the facts you are learning, and that is absolutely key. Then you come back at the end of your 10 minutes and you revise those facts. And then at the end of that 10 minutes, you get to take another break and do exactly the same thing. If you're studying with young children, this is brilliant because you can go and you can play with them you can say, I'll be back with you in 10 minutes time. I can play with you for 10 minutes. And in fact, that's a great way of doing it because you're a completely different mindset. And then finally you come back and now you start to apply those facts to a real life situation. So find a case study. Actually talk about, find a past exam paper and start actually applying the facts that you've learned. And in 50 minutes you will be surprised how much you have covered and how much you retain. Right, preparing for an assignment. An assignment is something that you have more time to work on and then you submit to your tutor who will be able to comment on a draft of your assignment. So we do say you must use your draft submissions. It's draft submission time at the moment. It's surprising how many students get to the point where they're about to hand in a draft and then suddenly decide they're not quite going to get there. And Lauren is hanging her head at this point. It's a good idea to get a colleague to read over your answer once you've finished it. So send in your draft to your tutor will come back with comments. You implement those comments. And we do occasionally get people that don't implement those comments and then wonder why they fail. The tutors give you comments for a very good reason. Then it's a good idea to ask a colleague or a family member to read over your answer all the way through, that proofread it for you. And remember that the answer really must be, it must all hang together. Whatever module you're taking, whatever subject you're taking, it will always form that you open up with, here is a marketing problem, a real one in your organisation, and then by the end of the assignment you have recommended an approach to that problem. And the whole assignment should hang together on telling that story. We do have occasional worries from students and particularly their employers about the sort of information they have to share. All our tutors sign a confidentiality agreement, of course. Most of our tutors are in fact consultants, and if they didn't understand confidentiality, they wouldn't be working as consultants. The same with the CIM. I speak as a CIM examiner up until last year. Examiners have to sign a confidentiality agreement as well. However, there is nothing stopping you changing the name of your company in your assignment, or slightly massaging some of the figures if you've got to give figures in your assignment. We understand that sometimes it's not politic in your organisation to give exact details, and you are allowed to make things up, slightly massage things so that it wouldn't be clear to a competitor what you're writing about. And believe me, nobody shares your assignments. I do not as a tutor go, oh, this is a good assignment, I will now share it with everybody else that I've got without your express permission. So nothing will ever be shared, it's all held confidentially. Right, I promised you a little bit of why marketing, why the Cambridge Marketing College. We have been around since 1991, so the college has actually been in existence 27 years, and we pioneered distance learning for the CIM 21 years ago. So we have plenty of experience with distance learners. One of the key benefits of distance learning is its flexibility. You really can start when you want. You can choose when and where to study. There are no classes to attend. And you can set your own pace. We give you a study plan as a guidance, but you can take longer or shorter time over that study plan. It is entirely your decision. Just confirm with your tutor the time that you are planning to take. We have a reputation for success. You can see in the middle of your screen our latest pass rates. We were offering qualifications under the CAM banner when well, we are still offering it, but we are not taking on new people, so there is a CAM assignment there. The CAM qualifications have now disappeared, but you can also see our qualification rates for our pass rates for the CIM diploma, certificate and foundation, and also for the CIPR. Our latest distance learning pass rate across all our distance learners on all our modules was 92%, which we are extremely pleased with. And last year, 99% of our students said they would recommend us. We are international. We have had students from 114 countries worldwide. We believe that makes us unique. It certainly gives us a very wide perspective on marketing across the world and on the various issues that our international students have. We completely understand, we are very much on your side, and we can get people through their British marketing qualification. Lastly, and thank you very much for listening, please do join the conversation. You'll find us on social media at Facebook, LinkedIn, both as the Marketing College, and we also run the UK Marketing Network, which is a network of over 66,000 marketers. On Twitter at CMC Points of View, and on YouTube at Cambridge Marketing College. If you would like to get in touch, please do so. There are our contact details. Info at Marketing College is actually monitored by Lauren, who will be there to answer questions. The telephone number there, and also our website. And we have a chat facility, which we know is very popular. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. We do appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to listen to the webinar. The webinar is being recorded and will be available afterwards. And I will be here for the next few minutes, so if you do have any questions, please do ask them. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.